Howdy friends, and welcome to our little corner of the internet where we celebrate the joy of painting. Today we're going to embark on a journey into the magical world of watercolors. Now don't you worry if you're just starting out. We're going to go through this together step by step. We'll explore 20 essential tips that'll help you unlock the secrets of this beautiful medium. We're talking about techniques to create stunning effects, from smooth blends to vibrant washes and everything in between. So grab your brushes, your paints, and let's create some happy little masterpieces together. Now let's talk about masking fluid. This is a lifesaver for crisp, clean lines. It's like magic. Apply it to protect areas, let it dry, then paint over it. Once done, gently rub off the masking fluid. You're left with beautiful, defined edges. Let's dive into the wet-on-wet technique. Embrace the flow for soft, dreamy blends. Dampen your paper with water. Use a brush, sponge, or spray bottle. Load your brush and touch it to the wet surface. Watch the colors spread and melt. Perfect for skies, water, and landscapes. Remember, a little goes a long way. You've poured your heart and soul into your painting, and now it's time to protect it. That's where our friend, the spray fixative, comes in. It's like a protective shield for your artwork, safeguarding it from smudging and fading. Once your painting is dry, take it to a well-ventilated area. Hold the can about 10 to 12 inches away and spray lightly. Let it dry thoroughly before framing or storing. Think of fixative as a gentle hug for your painting, keeping it vibrant for years to come. Chapter 4. Granulating watercolors. Texture. That pops. Let's talk texture, my friends. Granulating watercolors are like little specks of magic that add a wonderful, natural texture to your paintings. These special paints have larger pigment particles that settle into the valleys of the paper, creating a beautiful granulated effect. As you lay down a wash of granulating watercolor, you'll notice these happy little speckles appearing, adding depth and dimension to your work. They're perfect for painting things like rocks, tree bark, or even creating a sense of weathered texture on buildings. Experiment with different brands and colors of granulating watercolors to see the unique effects they create. It's like adding a touch of nature's own artistry to your paintings. Chapter 5. Iridescent watercolors. Adding a touch of magic. Now, if you want to add a touch of sparkle and shine to your paintings, then iridescent watercolors are your new best friend. These paints have special pigments that reflect light, creating a beautiful shimmering effect. Think of fairy dust or the way sunlight dances on water. That's the kind of magic you can create with iridescent watercolors. They're perfect for adding a touch of whimsy to your artwork, whether you're painting fairies, mermaids, or just a beautiful sunset sky. Don't be afraid to experiment and layer iridescent watercolors over other colors to create depth and dimension. Remember, a little goes a long way. A touch of shimmer can go a long way in creating a magical effect. Chapter 6. Metallic watercolors shine bright like a diamond. For a touch of elegance and sophistication, let's talk about metallic watercolors. These paints have a beautiful, reflective quality that can add a touch of luxury to your artwork. Imagine painting shimmering gold accents on a still life, creating a captivating glow on a cityscape, or adding a touch of celestial sparkle to a night sky. Metallic watercolors can elevate your paintings to a whole new level. Just like with iridescent watercolors, a little goes a long way. Use them sparingly to create highlights, accents, or to add a touch of glamour to your artwork. Chapter 7. Watercolor pencils, the best of both worlds. Let's talk about the versatility of watercolor pencils. They offer the precision of drawing and the fluidity of watercolor. Use them dry for details, then activate with water for a painterly effect. Dip the pencil in water for intense color. Add detail, texture, and dimension to your paintings. It's like having a whole art studio in one pencil. Chapter 8. Gouache, bold and opaque beauty. Let's explore the wonderful world of gouache, a close relative of watercolor, but with its own unique personality. Gouache is known for its opaque finish, making it perfect for adding solid blocks of color, bold details, and layering effects to your watercolor paintings. Unlike watercolor, which is transparent, gouache has a higher pigment concentration, giving it that beautiful, opaque quality. This means you can layer lighter colors over darker colors, creating interesting contrasts and textures. Think of gouache as the bold friend of watercolor, always ready to make a statement. It's great for adding highlights, creating patterns, or even painting entire scenes in a more illustrative style. Chapter 9. The Mixing Palette, Your Color Playground. Now let's talk about the heart of any watercolorist studio, the mixing palette. This is where the magic happens. Your mixing palette is your color playground where you can experiment, blend, and create an endless array of hues. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty and play with different color combinations. Start with the primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, and see what happens when you mix them together. You'll be amazed at the range of colors you can create. Remember, there are no mistakes in watercolor, only happy accidents. So have fun with it. Embrace the unexpected and see where your creativity takes you. Watercolor is a delicate dance, a balance between control and letting go. One of the most common mistakes beginners make is overworking their paintings. It's like trying to control a butterfly. The more you try to force it, the more you'll damage its delicate wings. Resist the urge to fiddle and fuss with your brush strokes. Let the water do its thing. Allow the colors to blend naturally and embrace the happy accidents that occur along the way. Remember, sometimes the most beautiful moments in watercolor happen when you step back and let the paint guide you. Trust the process and enjoy the journey. Water is the lifeblood of watercolor, but too much of a good thing can dilute your colors and make them lose their vibrancy. It's all about finding that sweet spot, that perfect balance between pigment and water. When you first start out, it's helpful to test your colors on a scrap piece of paper before applying them to your painting. This will give you a feel for the consistency and how much water you need to achieve the desired effect. Remember, you can always add more water, but it's much harder to take it away. So, start with less water and gradually add more until you achieve the desired transparency and flow. Here's a little secret. There are no mistakes in watercolor, only happy accidents. Don't be afraid to experiment. Try new techniques, mix unexpected colors, and see where your creativity takes you. Some of the most beautiful and unique paintings are the result of artists stepping outside of their comfort zones and trying something new. So, embrace the unknown. Let go of the need for perfection and allow yourself to play. Remember, the more you experiment, the more you'll learn and grow as an artist. And who knows, you might just discover a new favorite technique or color combination along the way. Step outside and take a deep breath of fresh air. Nature is an endless source of inspiration for artists. From the vibrant colors of a sunset to the intricate patterns found in a single leaf, there's beauty to be found everywhere you look. Pay attention to the way light plays on different surfaces, the subtle variations in color and texture, and the overall mood and atmosphere of your surroundings. Take photos, make sketches, or simply store those images in your memory bank to draw upon later. Remember, nature is a master artist. By observing and learning from the world around us, we can tap into our own creativity and create paintings that are both beautiful and meaningful. Art is a universal language, a way to connect with people from all walks of life. Expand your artistic horizons by exploring different cultures and art styles. Visit museums, browse art books, and immerse yourself in the rich tapestry of artistic expression. Pay attention to the use of color, composition, and brushstrokes. How do artists from different backgrounds and time periods approach their work? What can you learn from their techniques and perspectives? Remember, inspiration can come from anywhere. By exposing yourself to a wide range of art, you'll broaden your own artistic vocabulary and develop a deeper understanding of the creative process. Just as every artist has a unique voice, there's a world of watercolor techniques waiting to be explored. From loose and expressive washes to detailed layering and everything in between, there's a technique, or 2 or 10, that will resonate with your artistic soul. Don't be afraid to try new things. Experiment with different brushes, papers, and pigments. Play with texture, explore glazing, and discover the joy of lifting color. The more you experiment, the closer you'll get to finding your own unique style. Remember, there's no right or wrong way to paint. The most important thing is to have fun, let your creativity flow, and enjoy the journey of artistic discovery. Well, friends, we've reached the end of our colorful journey together. I hope these tips have inspired you to pick up a brush and explore the wonderful world of watercolor painting. Remember, the most important thing is to have fun, embrace the unexpected, and never stop exploring. Every brushstroke is a step on your artistic journey, and every painting is a reflection of your unique creativity. So go forth and create something beautiful. I can't wait to see what you come up with. Happy